Hi, thank you for joining me for another episode of Zone In with Akese. This is the place where I share my experiences with you and that of other people so that you can draw inspiration and some lessons from. I have been sharing a series of things with you as part of my life's journey and how I started as a person from scratch till now. My last episode was on forgiveness, and I was sharing how my brother, one of my brothers, had hurt me so much in my journey on forgiving him. I got a lot of comments, people reaching out to me, and I just wanted to read a few that I got, especially on YouTube, so that we can, discuss. So this is sort of a bonus episode on forgiveness, and then we'll just quickly wrap up and then we can continue. Yeah, okay. So after the episode, I got a message from Paula Casanza. Thank you so much. He said, thanks for sharing. I'm sure it wasn't easy to be so vulnerable. That was a powerful message. Yes, it wasn't easy at all, not for me. Because as I said earlier, my brother was the one that, or my elder siblings were the ones that I was looking up to for sort of help and comfort and care. But when it didn't happen that way, and I instead got abuse from my that brother especially, it wasn't easy at all. So Alfred Oparisafo is here. He says, to forgive someone who doesn't even want your forgiveness, how do you do that? Okay, so that's a good question. So for me, I've realized that forgiveness is not about the person, it's about you. So yes, he hasn't asked for my forgiveness, he hasn't asked me for anything, but I want to forgive him because I feel like if I do that, it sort of helps me on my journey of healing and my journey of letting go. Instead of, bearing all the grudge and feeling heavy with the hurt and the pain, I would let go. So forgiveness is really is for me. It's not for him. So how do you do that? You do that for yourself. And once you know the benefits, you would go on that journey. So someone says, Nana Mohenu Gifty, my friend from school, she says, my issue personally is even though I have forgiven, I almost always am not able to go back to being the way I used to be with a person. And I feel then I haven't forgiven. And that even works me up more. I hope I am making sense. That is my struggle really, but the steps you outline are great. God bless you, dear. So yes, I really understand. So almost always you realize that when you say that you've forgiven someone and you are in haste, time hasn't passed, everybody's giving you pressure to sort of, let go, talk to the person. Once you force yourself, that is when you realize that you are not making a great move. You almost always come back to that point where you realize that you haven't let go. You haven't actually overcome the pain. So I would say this, time actually helps. And processing everything that has happened and working through the pain is what you need to do to overcome the hurt and then subsequently forgiving the person. So please don't rush it. Please, I know that sometimes it hurts so much and people say that, let go, don't worry, don't bear grudges and all that. See, It is okay to be angry. It is okay to hurt. It is okay not to forgive immediately because you don't understand what is going on. Take time to process the things that are going through your head and the things you are going through before you actually say that you are going on a journey of forgiveness. Otherwise, it will backfire. Because it's your loved ones, the people who love you. So you see, if you don't take time to process what you're going through, and then the person actually acts in a manner that reminds you of what pain you went through, then it triggers you, and then you're like, no, this is not for me. And then almost always you go back to that. So you know what, address the problem, go through the motions. Do not harboring the pain and suppressing it doesn't actually do you any justice. So please don't rush it. Forgiveness is gradual. It's not to be rushed. Okay, so I can understand you, and I'm so sorry that you have to go through this, but go through the motions. Okay, no. So Ellen Quay says to me that thank you for sharing your story. You're a strong woman. Yeah, sometimes. So what will you do if your brother reaches out to you and apologizes or wants to meet you? So in the last episode, I said something. I said that I wasn't ready to meet him, but I was going to sort of try and understand where he's coming from, etc. So Ellen is asking me, what if he reaches out to me or he apologizes to me? Then that's a win for me, Ellen. Even though I'm not ready, I'm also not shying away from the fact that there's a possibility he reaches out to me. If he does, I will welcome that. If he doesn't, I will still go through my process gradually and then attain what I want to attain. I am at a place where I'm comfortable in myself. I am confident that I am not suffering that hold on me anymore. So yes, I welcome that. If he apologizes to me, wow, that will be a miracle. If he doesn't, well, tough. I would go through the motions. And so these are some of the comments that I received. I also want to say, just to summarize this top-up episode, that as I have said earlier, forgiveness is the most difficult thing to do. Do not ever think that you can rush it. You actually need to understand what was done to you, why the person did what they did. If possible, and that will give you closure, if possible, you can speak with a person. If not, try to put yourself in their situation and think about why they would do what they would do. Now, if the action makes you do things that is not typical or doesn't depict who you are as a person, then please know that you are in a wrong place. If naturally you are not an abusive person, but you become abusive because of the situation that somebody has put you in, if naturally you are not a noisy person, or the person doesn't have, like, if once you start acting out of your normal self, then you know that the person has hurt you so deeply and the person has a hold on you. That is when you know that enough is enough. Address the situation, attack it, and deal with it, and let it get out of the way. It can take time. It can take a week, months, years, but then whatever you do, deal with the situation. And once that is over, then we're good. I hope this top-up edition has helped you, and I encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, as Akesi Oparisafo on YouTube, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Zonin with Akesi, and then you can leave your comments. I will read it. I would also share with you what I can at every point in time. So thank you for joining me, and take care.